Peace. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Ron's Library and Ideas. I'm Ron, and today we're going to be continuing on in the book called Satan, an Autobiography. I like to give a disclaimer at the beginning of these books because I don't want people to get afraid by the title, scared away, or get the wrong impression that this is a book that is glorifying the devil or Satan. That is not the case. And if this is not your first time tuning in, I thank you for coming back and continuing this story with me. If this is your first time, I implore you to go back and read the first chapters or listen to the first chapters and get caught up. Because this is something that I believe we all need to hear in order to have better information to combat what we're up against. So we are now on chapter 14, test number 5. Are you willing to fight for your soulmate, or have you already given up? Excuse me. Or have you given up already? That's what it says. Let's cut to the chase here. Everyone has a soulmate, that other half of their soul. Every single one of you does. Even me. Yep, there is a female counterpart to my evil. Yes, she is cunning and tempting, little thing. In fact, it was she who kept Adam living outside of the garden. She held him under her spell for more than a century, 130 years to be exact. You see, it was she who kept him company before Eve, and when Eve showed up, she didn't like it one bit. Today, she shows up as the force that encouraged women to act selfishly. It is her job to take the lives of little children, particularly in their sleep. Heard of SIDS? Well, it is not so sudden. She works like me. She senses an opening and she moves in. She particularly likes being around men whom she challenges with fantasies and lewd sexual thoughts. It's her job to make sure you never find your soulmate, and she'll go to great lengths to make sure that you don't. Who do you think is behind the whole pornography industry? What can I say? She does me proud. Separated at birth. You were separated from your soulmate in the very beginning, which means that a critical part of your spiritual work here on earth is to rediscover one another. Bad dates, missed opportunities, unhealthy relationships. That's where I come into play. My goal is to wear you down so you'll give up. That's the test. Will you give up or keep searching? If you want to pass this doozy, you had best keep your eyes on the prize. Excuses, excuses. Let's say you're 29 years old, doing well at work, and focus on moving up the corporate ladder. Sure, you go on dates from time to time, but I've convinced you that finding love should not be high on your priority list. Your career is far more important. But I'm lying to you. At the level of your soul, you cannot do your real work without your soulmate. No matter how successful you are in your career, it will not last and it will never completely fulfill you. And I'm not talking about the need to have a family. Age is irrelevant in the soulmate search. Even if you are 100 years old and still single, keep working on your desire. Keep searching to find your matching half. No matter what excuses or lies I feed you, you can't throw in the towel. This test is too important. Sound challenging? Of course it is. For those who are single, as well as for those who are with someone who's not the right one. If you're stuck in a relationship, are you staying because of fear? If it's out of fear or loneliness, then I've gotten the best of you. I've kept you blissfully unaware that things can be different, and not just different, but truly fulfilling. Your soulmate is probably standing right in front of your eyes, but you can't see this person. You have remained oblivious until this moment. Now you want to know more. Finally, good for you. It's time for you to feel entitled to a soulmate. It's time to fight for what belongs to you. The only reason you are in this situation is because you don't know that you can expect true happiness. Finding your soulmate is a part of your destiny. In paradise, no one is alone. This absolute knowing, this consciousness of entitlement, is the vessel for desire. It's absolutely essential. If you fall into my trap and choose to believe you are one of the few people to whom the laws of the universe do not apply, you will give up on your desire. But if you know it is coming to you, that the universe literally owes it to you, then you will not give up until you get what you deserve. You will turn over every stone, check around every corner. You will do whatever it takes, even if I am standing in your way, where I am guaranteed to be. The young scholar. There was a young scholar who would later become a great wise man and adversary of mine. He would get up at 3 o'clock every morning to study, overcoming his desire to sleep to overcome the control I had over his body. This is one of the tactics the great Kabbalists used to elude my grasp. Every night, his wife would prepare a cup of tea for his study, but after several years, his wife needed to leave this world, so his mother stepped in and prepared his tea. One time, his mother was not able to make the tea, so she asked the neighbor to please have her daughter prepare it. They agreed. The neighbor's daughter prepared the tea and snacks, delivering it to the scholar, who was so absorbed in his studies that he didn't even look up. Later that morning, the young scholar asked his mother if she had prepared his tea this time. No, she replied. It was the neighbor's daughter who prepared your tea. Why do you ask? Was everything okay? The scholar replied, yes, everything was fine, but in all the time my wife was alive, she prepared only 1 cup of tea. In all these years, you had prepared only 1 cup of tea. This woman, however, prepared 2 cups of tea. When he saw that his mother could offer no explanation, the Kabbalist went to the neighbor's daughter and said, can I ask you just one question? Why did you prepare 2 cups of tea? She decided, well, you were studying with someone, so I decided to make 2 cups. The scholar was amazed. He told her, in all these years, neither my mother nor my first wife knew that I was studying with Elijah, the prophet, but you did. At that moment, he knew he had found his soulmate. It was then that he asked for her hand in marriage. From my point of view, this story demonstrates a clear failure on my part. If I had been on my game, these two would never have met. But this shows how God works if you let the light in. God places people in your life at the right time. If you are willing to be open to the light, open to the possibility, open to what God has in store. The young scholar knew almost immediately that it was the Creator who put this young woman in his life. He was plugged into the light, and so was she. I didn't have much hope of stepping into the picture. And that's how it can work if you leave a little space every day for your soulmate's energy to find you. Are you willing to fight for what belongs to you? If you are, it's time to stake your claim. All right, that brings us to the end of this chapter. And I must say, this is something that is right on time that I think we need more of in the world today. Is the idea of knowing that you do have a soulmate that is out there waiting for you. You guys are waiting on each other in a sense. And why I know that's important, because I see so much on social media and in the news and just in society in general that has been designed to keep us apart. There's definitely been a whole battle of the sexes debate going on for a long time now, pitting the man against the woman. It's that idea of command and conquer. Because if you have the men and the women against each other, they're less likely to accomplish their goals. They're less likely to make this place into the type of environment that we all deserve. Look at the what they call the manosphere. Look how angry those dudes are. They spend most of their time, or all of their content is based on talking about what they don't like about women nowadays. And then you have the opposite on the other side. You have a bunch of women talking about all the things they can't stand about the modern man. And it just seems like two groups of very unhappy people. I have a line brother who says, man, the happily married people are off doing their own thing. They're not on the internet like that. They're just enjoying life with their soulmate. And that is important to keep in mind. Don't let what you see on the internet fool you into thinking that your soulmate isn't out there. Like the book said, don't let that fool you into thinking that you don't deserve your special someone. Now, it is going to take some work. You have to do some work to better yourself before they get there. And you're also going to have to do some work to better yourself while they're there. That's something that I'm finding out in real time, or that I'm experiencing in real time. There's always more work to do. You can always be better. And why wouldn't you want to be better for your soulmate? You guys were literally made for each other. So let me know what you think. Are you looking for your soulmate? Have you found your soulmate? Are you leaving a space for God to bring that person into your life? If not, why? Don't let fear or the thought that you don't deserve it hold you back. There's somebody out there for everybody. But that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you go check out my last live video. I titled it Politics is a Game and You're the One Getting Played. Um, and like and subscribe. I appreciate you guys tuning in, and I'll see you on the next episode of Ron's Library and Ideas. Peace.